Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video. Hope everyone's well wherever you are. I was going to say, and it's your boy M.K.S again. I'm not with it, obviously, but anyway, I hope people out there enjoy this video. It's quite a controversial one in a way. It's a political video because on Thursdays I like to talk about politics as well as goal setting. Anyway, I also covered it on my Facebook. I'm going to try and keep it different on my YouTube channel because if people watched it there, they might want to hear something different. So, but if anyone can check me out on Facebook and find me under Michael Coach Jensen, please look out for me there and see my videos on there as well. Hopefully they're at least a little bit different to these ones, although I do a lot of those ideas. But anyway, this is based on a rather controversial, as the title suggests, a rather controversial view or theory or philosophy or whatever by a group called the Hebrew Israelites, who many would probably say are nuts or bonkers. But they claim that the people who are classed as African American are actually not African American, but actually Native Americans. And obviously, a lot of people dispute that. I don't want to offend anyone with any of my videos, really. The only time I ever want to offend anyone is if they offend me first. But I just wanted to analyze that, the evidence for who the first ever people of the Americas, all of the Americas, perhaps especially America itself, are. And I wanted to give this view a fair hearing, really. So I wanted to hear what the evidence is, let's say scientific and geological or whatever other such archaeological evidence is for who the first ever people were from the Americas. I think a lot of people say they actually came from Asia, like places like China. I think was the main place. Some even say they may even have Aboriginal ancestry, funny enough, from Australasia. So I'm not sure what evidence there is and whether it can be proved or disproved or who you can trust. But I thought I'd check out that theory without dismissing it as mad and nuts and bonkers as it sounds. Like some people probably say that Hebrew Israelites are just nuts and that the Native Americans, as known, are the Native Americans. But I'd love to know what you think. And again, I hope this doesn't offend anyone. But I'd love to know who the first ever people were from the Americas, because I wish to support the indigenous people of each continent, except for probably Europe. Except for the only country in Europe I would support is Ireland, and that was because they were colonized. But I'd say, I mean, I think a lot of people say the first. I think some people say that there were people there before, way before Chris Columbus, from Europe, from Norway or places like that, I think, or Scandinavian countries. So anyway, I'd love to hear what evidence there is and what people think, or read what people think if I take it literally. And I wanted to say a little joke, but a very controversial joke, but I'm not sure how it will be received, but I hope people will forgive me for this one. But as I say, I want to help the first ever people from the Americas, unless they're honkies, of course. Who wants to help them? I'm just kidding, of course. So please forgive my humour. I know people might say, oh, you can make a joke about white people, but you can't do that about other minorities. So I hope people don't take my humour too seriously or get offended by any of my videos, including the question that I'm asking here. Like some people might be offended even about people even asking this question, but I'd love to know what the evidence is for such. And I can't think of anything else I wanted to say. I'm sure there were probably some other things I was supposed to say, but I've completely forgotten. But yeah, so I'd love to know what the scientific, archaeological, geological, whatever evidence there is, how people can find out this information, like what evidence there could be. I suppose it would be where people find historically deceased bodies, obviously, have to be from a long time ago. If they can find which ones were the first, however they do it. I'm terrible at science, so I wouldn't really know, but I'd say geological and archaeological evidence. Yeah, as ever, I'm sure there was something I was going to say. I thought I'd do this. I thought I'd talk about like my next video. I suppose I could cover it in this video, but I think I'll cover it in my next video. Possibly leave them short and sweet, rather than so they could be two shorter videos rather than one long video, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I think I did quite good at keeping this low. But sorry, the time quite short and sweet, hopefully. But again, please post any evidence you have for Searchlight for where the first ever people what theory you think is most accurate. Like I think some people even believe they come from Europe, so I'm not sure if there's any evidence for that at all. Or most would say that I think they come from Asia, and the Hebrew Israelites, I think, are the only ones who say they come from. They actually somehow the first ever, the Americas were black. But again, I don't know if they're just nuts or where they came up with this theory from, whether they just assumed it or they just believed it out of thin air or whatever. I think they claim that they read it in the Bible or something like that, and it's their interpretation of the Bible. So as they claim everyone else was lying about it or something like that. But maybe they could be. I thought again. Sorry. Maybe people could debunk them. That's what I was going to say. Sorry. Maybe they are just mad, nuts, bonkers, whatever the difference is, crazy. I can't really talk myself. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. I'm sure I forgot something as usual. I'll probably kicking myself later, but I'll probably just post in the comments or make a part 2 or whatever in the future. But anyway, peace and love. I am out.